happy. We're happy. I think this is how we should open.
Probably.
Welcome, everybody, to A Few Bits Podcast, episode 70. I'm one of your hosts, Cole Tixon. Joining me on the couch, if you're watching on video, over there is Ryan Tixon.
Hi, everybody.
My dog is giving him kisses.
You can probably hear it. It might sound gross.
That's my puppy Zucchini. She's giving Ryan kisses because she loves her Uncle Ryan. I apologize because I know at some point within our recording here she will cry.
Yeah, and she'll probably break
and
everything.
She'll probably bark, and she'll probably crash into the mixer, break all 5 of Ryan's monitors, and then she'll tear down the Cubs flag because she knows Daddy wants her to tear that shit down.
Your lady friend is currently gone for the weekend, so I just kind of grabbed everything and dropped the kid off at Grandma's.
Yep.
And we have a small opportunity to record some things, so we're trying to do that right now.
We're currently in my family room, chilling.
So that's what this is? I guess it's not really a basement.
No, I live on a hill, so there's a hill up there.
Yeah.
It comes down, cascades down, and this is pretty much the bottom of the hill.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, you're
You know
right.
what I'm saying?
I never even thought about that. So, yeah. Okay. Family room.
It's my house. Yep.
Yeah.
You can't see it unless you're watching on YouTube, youtube.com/fewbitspodcast.
That's us. That's where we're at.
Beautiful. So, Ryan, how are you?
I'm okay. We haven't done one of these in a while.
How long has it been?
We missed all of October. September. Late September, I think.
How was Halloween?
It was okay.
What'd you dress the kiddo as?
He was Diddy Kong.
You're goddamn right, he was Diddy Kong.
And then I was Donkey Kong.
And Nina was Candy Kong.
And Nina was Candy Kong. Yep. Yeah, it was fun. It was the first
You didn't
Halloween.
have a Cranky Kong, though.
We didn't have a Cranky Kong. I guess
I could have been your Cranky Kong.
next year we'll have to figure that out. Yeah, I mean, there's only a few years here where we can kind of dress him as whatever he want or we want until, he'll want his own thing.
Until he becomes a person.
Until he becomes a person.
He'll just be a reflection of myself until he becomes an individual.
Until he has his own ideas and thoughts about things.
Dad, you dressed me up as Diddy Kong? That's bullshit.
That's stupid, Dad. Why would you be so dumb?
Clearly wanted to be Cranky Kong.
You know what's hard about the Diddy Kong thing was that
Zucchini's trying to escape.
No one except like kids from the 90s know what Diddy Kong is.
Well, clearly from Diddy Kong Racing.
There's like people at work want to see the kid and what he dressed up as and how cute he is and all that stuff. And I brought photos and things. And there were very few people that it seems that if you hit like my age, even like
I think at this point on the video you should embed a few photos of the kiddo.
I'll try to remember to do that. I don't know if I will, but I think it's it seems like kids my age like knew. If I said like Donkey Kong Country, I also work with like a lot of women that I don't know how actively they play video games.
Well, Ryan, that's not.
I mean, not women in general. I'm just saying the women I work with.
Because you don't work anywhere where that would be something they'd be into.
I guess it's very active. I pretty much work at a gym. Is my office.
Oh,
so.
I see. There's a fucking squirrel outside, Ryan. She's gonna freak out.
She's gonna bark at a squirrel.
Yep. Keep going until she freaks out.
Yeah. So it was hard to explain what Diddy Kong was. What's Diddy? Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong. Like Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo. There seemed to be a window of like I'm too young. I never played a Super Nintendo, and then Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong never really hit that peak.
Yeah.
Past that.
What is Diddy Kong in relation to Donkey?
I think they're just friends. I don't know. I don't think they're like related by any stretch. You want to let your dog out real quick?
Yeah, I will do that. Squeaky tea kettle.
I don't think they're related by any stretch, but I think that they are friends. I was actually in my research of the costume, I found a lot of really awful images on the internet and like family trees of Donkey Kong and the whole Donkey Kong family, and especially when I was researching Nina's costume for Candy Kong, there was a lot of as you can imagine. It's really awful images on the internet.
Like dirty?
Yes. Like,
really?
yeah.
Like,
Yep. Whatever you're thinking, probably worse.
monkey love?
No, probably worse. Just like weird things that I don't really want to
Why?
talk. I don't know, because the internet's a weird place, and
I don't like the internet sometimes.
I don't either. Why are we on it?
I don't know.
What are we doing with our lives?
We're putting nice things on the internet. We're putting family entertainment.
I always think like the internet's like weird because I feel like there's always been weirdos in the world, but now
they have a place.
they have a place.
It's easily accessible.
But now we are easily accessible to all the weirdness.
This is true.
I think it's like, there's always been hoarders in the world, but hoarders isn't really a thing you haven't heard of until like maybe 10 or 15 years ago with like, reality TV and things like that. But I'm sure in the 1920s or 30s, just like 100 years ago, I'm sure there were hoarders still. It's just that they weren't as well known that they existed until recently.
Well, I feel like too this whole hacking craze is like the nudie photos and like, have you heard of like docking? Have you heard of this where like they
Doxing.
Yeah. Is that what it is? Fuck, I don't.
Docking is a really weird thing.
Docking it's a dirty thing.
Yeah, we don't want to get
that. Brian from down the street would explain better than I could. Doxing. Yeah. But
it's when someone from the internet like gives out all of your personal information. Really,
doxing.
You've been doxed.
I don't want to get doxed. Don't dox me.
Yeah, we haven't really. I don't really want to talk about Gamergate or any of that.
Yeah.
Nonsense. Really.
It's silly.
It's silly. Everyone should be able to play whatever video games they want, and anyone should be able to make the video games that they want to make. That's how I feel about it. I don't need to get in a whole big crazy speech.
Shall I get you a soapbox to say?
I don't need one. I'm just saying.
I could get you one if you want.
No, it's okay.
I have like.
You have a bunch of soapboxes somewhere?
Somewhere. This house is from 1993, Ryan. It's got history.
Not that much history. Well, what was big in 1993?
The Chicago Bulls.
You're not wrong.
Bill Clinton. Was he around 93?
Yeah. I think so.
He was just on the rise.
I was trying to think video games. I guess that was 2 years after the
Aladdin.
Super and 3.
I don't know why I thought
Super
of Aladdin.
Nintendo came out in 91, so that's 2 years.
I was probably playing Aladdin and F-Zero.
Yeah.
With my little baby
I don't know when
hands.
Donkey Kong came out, but Country. That was later. Maybe like 96. I think
you're right.
I think the PlayStation 1 was out when Donkey Kong Country came out. Or it was like around that time. Maybe like the PlayStation was announced.
I want to say 96. That sounds right to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's a little late.
Well, when did the 64 come out?
I think that was 96. Yeah.
So maybe it was Country in like 95, maybe?
Yeah, maybe somewhere in there.
94.
Yeah, that sounds right.
See, this is the point where I would
Just Google everything.
Yeah, like before when we didn't do, because this is our first time trying video, I would just like, what was that like? And I'd look. And
I mean, you could
guys
still
wouldn't
do
see
it. But they wouldn't see it. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like that everyone kind of watches and listens to music on YouTube and listens to podcasts on YouTube. So we should probably just post our stuff on YouTube.
November 21st, 1994.
Oh.
So we were almost in 95.
Yeah.
We were almost there.
We're a year off.
So what you been playing?
Man, in the last month?
I don't know. How's your October?
October was good. I mean, the biggest thing I've been playing from October was, I played a lot more Destiny. I'm at like a lot of hours. I'm like way too many hours.
What
Destiny.
level is your?
I have a hunter.
Characters?
Well, just one hunter. 27 right now.
What's the max?
30 is the current max. The issue with that is that it's raid gear. The only way to get to level 30 is if you have raid gear. and I don't have 6 people that I can play with to play the raid, and I don't really have the time either. I think it's going to take a while for me to go through the raid for the first time.
Just you and Jackson.
Just me and Jackson. So the only really thing I can do like solo is I can do these like strikes that there's like weekly strikes and there's a weekly nightfall strike, and they max out at level 28 for like difficulty. So I'm just trying to get to the 28 points so I can kind of check through those as much as I can. I've been having a lot of fun in the multiplayer, the Crucible matches.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of where I focused a lot of my attention on, really. The story, you never even went through all the story, did you? Last time I checked, you had a hunter at like level 14 or something like that. So yeah, you didn't really.
We're gone.
You didn't really like it. It wasn't
feeling it too much.
I mean, the story is very disappointing. It's not very, very good. It's really short. Nothing's really ever explained. I mean, there's very broad strokes kind of explained, but it doesn't really get into any details or character development or anything like that. I mean, there's the one, and I think you ran into like the cyborg hunter, Stranger is her name.
Yeah.
I mean, she even says like a line in the game like, I don't even have time to explain why I don't have time to explain what's going on. And I think that
figure it out.
I think that sums up a lot of just the Destiny story in general.
There's a darkness.
There's a darkness. You fight for the light. You try to get light points. That's really
the end.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Give us your money.
But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun in the Crucible. I really wish there were more maps. There's not a ton of maps. There's going to be some more maps. The first batch of DLC is going to come out next month in December. So I'm looking forward to that. But really, there's not a ton of stuff to do in the game. I have a friend that's playing, and we were talking about it. I worked an event with him a couple weeks ago, and he said, why are you still playing? I'm kind of over it. I don't know. I didn't really have a good answer.
That's a great question.
I don't know why. I guess because there was nothing else really going on that month. I don't know. I don't really have a good answer of why I continue to play Destiny. I mean, I typically just play.
You clearly like it.
I like it. I think the shooting is good. I mean, I typically play team deathmatch in those kind of games. And when you play team deathmatch in this, there's probably 6 or 7 maps that you actually play on, and that's it. So I'm just playing like those 6 or 7 maps over and over again. There's 2 of them that are pretty wide with vehicles. The rest of them are pretty like close quarters. So I have kind of like a sniper rifle that I switch out for when I'm in those big wide areas, and then I kind of stick with a fusion rifle or a shotgun in those like close up areas, and that's kind of just how I roll. Yeah, I don't
Are you
know.
still playing it?
I'm still playing it. I was playing it last night, actually. I'm still just chugging away, grinding on gear and stuff to try to level up to I want to at least get up to 28, just so I can do some of those like 28 weekly strikes.
Wasn't the whole point of Destiny to keep coming out with fresh stuff, so you just keep coming back? I mean, wasn't that kind of the original vision?
Yeah, I think that was the original vision, but their idea of like weekly stuff that you do is just redoing the missions that you've already done weekly, unlike different difficulties. So it's like, it's almost like, the different skulls in Halo.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, hey, we turned on these different skulls this week on this mission. So do that, and you
so
can
it's
get
not
some
like
good
completely
stuff.
fresh.
It's not like completely
tweaked.
fresh or new stuff. No.
Mm.
And then a lot of like the patrol missions, which is like you just go into the main map and you can just kind of do whatever you want in the big area. They have little missions in there, but a majority of them are just kill a bunch of guys in this area, or it's go to this area and hit X. So kind of like fetch quests or just kill a bunch of guys in an area. It's not really that much variety and stuff.
It just seems kind of lazy.
I feel like there was a big change in the story at some point, and this is something that's been like rumored on the internet and stuff like that. Of, a bunch of stuff happened within that studio, kind of, I don't want to say last minute, but within the last year, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Their lead story guy left about a year ago. It just seems that like a bunch of stuff happened, and I don't know if it's Activision. I don't want to like assume that it's just Activision that wanted to like rip out a bunch of stuff so it could all be DLC and like get a bunch of money. But it kind of,
I'm not saying that, but
it kind of feels like that.
Oh god.
Which is kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
You mean companies like money?
Companies like money. Who knew?
I know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I just kind of wished. I feel like I don't want to say we were promised something bigger than what we got, but
Well, what was the original? Didn't they have like years of stuff they wanted to do for this? Or
I mean, the original idea is that this is a 10-year franchise.
yeah,
You know, it's gonna last.
I guess anything's technically it can be 10 years if you just get back on and play it. But like,
I guess
keeping the servers open and everything for 10 years.
I guess just the way that they were originally pitching it seemed like there was going to be. I
didn't know what move she was going to make.
I don't know
there.
either. There was going to be just all of the our galaxy kind of in there. I could go all the way to like Pluto if I wanted to. There were going to be multiple areas to explore within one planet. Because originally they were even talking about like old Chicago at one point. Was going to be an area. But there's only like that only is old Russia is the only area on Earth. And you
don't get to go anywhere else.
Each planet only has one area. I mean, that's a big. It's a fucking planet. You know, there's a whole bunch of different areas that you could ideally explore.
I mean, it leaves it open to downloadable content later where you could explore, or is that not going to happen?
I mean, they haven't announced anything like that yet, but yeah, I mean, it does leave to area. There's actually been areas there's been a couple of the DLC areas that have been kind of
leaked, right?
Hacked, sort of. Like, there's different ways to get through the geometry to get into some of the DLC areas already within the areas that already exist.
It's like fucking Tron.
Yeah, kind of. There's nothing obviously to do there. There's no enemies populated in those areas, and there's no missions. But you can get all the way up there if you want. I think it's in Venus right now. There's one that people can get into if they want. But it's again, it's just a blank area with nothing in it right now. And there's going to be like 3 new maps, and there's going to be a new strike, and there's going to be a new raid if you want to do that. But yeah, there's the DLC sounds interesting, and I already have it because I got the limited edition. So it came with the season pass, which is these first 2 DLC packs. So I'm definitely going to check it out and play it. Also, the level cap bumps up to 32 instead of 30. So I'm going to play it and check it out. But yeah, I don't know about the longevity. And in the back of my mind of all this is, I really enjoy the multiplayer just because I like shooters and I like multiplayer, and I like sci-fi shooters, and obviously I like Bungie. But Master Chief Collection comes out in days here.
3 days. We're recording, what is today? The
7th. No, 8th.
8th.
Saturday. Yeah. So, I mean, and actually tomorrow is the 10th anniversary of Halo 2. It came out on the 9th. So, just watching the dog.
The dog is going right by the GoPro. Come here.
So, yeah. So, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
It's cool to think about where I was.
One of my favorite
10
games
years
of all
ago.
time.
Yeah, totally.
I'm really excited I've been watching like some live streams of Halo 2 and just kind of getting back in the mood and just kind of revisiting those maps and seeing them again.
A game store by my house in Naperville had a Halo 2 tournament last night.
Yeah. I just seeing them out there, and then, looking at some of the new maps that they have as far as their redesigns and well, not redesigns, but
reimaginings, remasters, or whatever.
Yeah. It is exciting, and it's exciting that they're kind of staying true to the original game, like the gameplay itself. But you get to experience it how we probably pictured it in our heads back then. So I'm really pumped for Tuesday.
Yeah, and I mean, again, like I've been really enjoying the multiplayer, and Destiny, but
Mhm.
once that multiplayer comes out, I don't know if I will go back to Destiny. I mean, I just might want to play Halo 2
So-
or Halo 1 all the time.
Explain to me and to our listeners how the multiplayer is going to work. So you can.
And
I know they
Master
have
Chief,
yeah they have like remastered 6 Halo
So
2
they have-
maps, right?
Yeah, they have 6 remastered Halo 2 maps that have been kind of built from the ground up,
Mm-hmm.
specifically for Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's also the original maps. There's all the maps they've ever made for
Yeah.
Halo that for the first 4 Halos that they've released in some form. Even the PC maps for Halo PC and when Halo 2 came out on Windows Vista,
Mm-hmm.
those maps will be in there. So it's like
So
110
I'm just trying
maps or something.
I'm trying to. Is there like certain playlists that you can jump in and out of
So that
each of the games?
That isn't clear yet.
Okay.
I think that'll probably be somewhat figured out. I mean, it might already be figured out
That'd
if
be
there's
kinda-
streams and stuff out. I know that there's a lot of difference, obviously, between Halo 1 and Halo 3.
That
of how
would be
they,
really interesting. To
how they
like,
control.
you had to like memorize like how how Halo 1 played to Halo 2 with the dual wielding and.
From my
you know, just-
understanding, there is you can set up like a global control scheme that'll be like the same control scheme for every version if you wanted.
Mhm.
Like if you want to always reload with X, or if I think in Halo 3 you used the different
Yeah,
bumpers
the bumper
for
Mhm.
each gun too.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's definitely a whole bunch of different control schemes that you can set up for those different games and stuff like that. Because yeah, you could totally be playing Halo 1 and then jump to Halo 4, and it's way different to control.
That idea sounds really cool to me, to jump from game to game. Like I could picture like something, you're like in a group, and you had to like win a certain amount of matches from each game or something to win.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
Yeah. Like if they could do something like that.
I think-
Or I could see a situation where they give, different maps from the different games and you have to vote on which one you guys want to do or
yeah.
something like that. I mean,
Yeah.
if that's, I don't know. I haven't seen if that's actually how it's going to work, but in my mind, that would be a pretty cool way.
I know
to do
there's
it.
also an overall ranking system. It's like the Halo 2 ranking system. The more
Mhm.
wins you get, the higher your rank goes. If you lose, your rank goes down. Or you're like level. You remember that from Halo
Mhm.
2?
Yeah.
So it's not just like divided, 'cause since each one of those games has such a different leveling system. There's just like one universal multiplayer. Here's your Halo level. So that'll kind of help with matchmaking and things like that.
Will you first jump into multiplayer or will you revisit the campaigns?
I don't know. I only played Halo 3 and I played Halo 3 I think twice, and I think I played Halo 4 all the way through once.
Yeah.
Halo 2 I played a handful of times, and
Mhm.
Halo 1 I played
I like Halo 2 story.
dozens of times.
I like Halo 2 story.
Other than the end, obviously, when
Mhm.
it doesn't really end.
Well,
But now you can
I
just
like the
jump
whole
right in
Arbiter
3.
thing. I thought the Arbiter thing was cool. the
Yeah,
way they did that.
yeah. And there's different stuff in there, like cutscenes and things that are supposed to tie into Halo 5. It's kind of like
Yeah, I saw
from
that.
Halo 2. So
There was actually a documentary on Xbox Live you can watch for free.
oh yeah,
Halo
it's up
2.
on YouTube now too. Actually,
Is it?
I tweeted out on our a few bits on Twitter account.
Shows how much I pay attention to. on Twitter.
Obviously, you don't.
Our longtime friend of the show, Tim Didabo, was on the
Yeah, he totally was.
Guilty Spark.
Yep.
Friend of the show. The guy I met once.
He introed the show once.
He did. It was fun.
We could do it next week. I think I still have that file somewhere.
It was recorded on my shitty blackjack too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm Tuesday can't come soon enough to me. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
You even picked up Call of Duty, have you?
No, I don't.
Are you gonna pick up Assassin's Creed?
Maybe. I'm still on. I still have to beat Shadow of Mordor.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
It's fun. I really do like. I like the combat. I like the open world feel. I like obviously the Lord of the Rings universe is pretty cool, and it's just it's becoming a little bit repetitive. Very actually repetitive.
Oh, is it?
It's just kind of you know, you're battling the Orokai army, and each mission is just go here and kill this boss, and go here and kill this guy. And there's different side missions where, you know, we're going to kill, but we're going to use a bow only, or we're going to kill and we're going to do stealth only. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of getting a little old. Just every mission seems to be about the same. So
there's only 2 areas in the game, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That I've encountered so far. I've encountered 2 areas.
I think that's it. I think there's only. I heard that somewhere.
Okay. Yeah, I've probably been playing, I don't know, 10 to 12 hours. And,
Okay.
And I am in the second area now, so I don't imagine there being a third. You're probably right.
Yeah. So probably 20 hours maybe.
And it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty vast area, and you can ride in the, what are the little hyena dogs called?
I don't know, but I know
Cora something.
I know what you're talking about.
You can like mind control them and make them your steed, and go around and kill some orcs. You know, there's different. It's very similar to, and I've been playing Sunset Overdrive too. They're very similar as far as leveling up, power ups. There's specific power ups you can have for weapons, which in Sunset Overdrive is like amps, they call them.
Yeah.
So it's very. I'm playing both games like around the same time, and they're both, you know, third person open world.
Yeah.
And they have very similar leveling up systems, but I'm enjoying Sunset Overdrive a lot more.
The art style obviously is completely different from each other.
Completely different. Yeah, and the mood is obviously completely different. Shadow is it's a depressing story. It kind of starts off like God of War. It's like a revenge story. Your family is killed, that kind of thing, and you're fighting the army to avenge them, and you know, taking down Sauron and that sort of thing. You like come back from the dead. You're like half man, half
ring wraith
like
kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like this elf god thing that was actually, has to do with. He's a forger and had to do with
that's
forging of the rings. So his story kind of.
Is that a spoiler?
Maybe. I don't know. Yes, it was a spoiler. So sorry.
Because I only played like probably an hour.
I didn't say. I said he had to do with it.
Oh, okay.
He could have been like in the background or something.
He didn't forge the rings.
Well, he may have.
Son of a bitch.
But sorry, Ryan.
That's okay.
It really does that change the game that much?
No, I don't know. I only played like an hour of it. And then I thought it was a amazing, beautiful game, and
it's really fun. I really enjoy it.
I honestly got into it and just kind of felt overwhelmed and yeah, just like, oh god, it's a giant open world and it's gonna take so many hours to beat, and there's other games that and I kept doing the same missions over and over again in Destiny, and that's what I did. I don't know.
I'm at the point right now where, because I think maybe I got a little burned out too, because I was doing a lot of the side missions.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, I'm just gonna do the story missions and get through it. I stopped to play Sunset Overdrive because I'm enjoying that immensely. Yeah. But I was at the point where I'm like, all right, I really want to get through this. I just want to be done with it. I'm ready to be done with it. So let's just do the story missions. And I think I'm getting close to the end, but I think I'll go back and beat it.
I really want to go back to it. It's definitely one of those games, and I'll probably just start it over at this point since I only played an hour like 2 weeks ago.
We should mention how you acquired the game too.
Oh yeah,
weird.
I don't know how I got it. You downloaded it on your Xbox, and it just showed up on my Xbox.
So I had my account on Ryan's Xbox at one point, and you removed it prior to that, right?
Yeah.
From your Xbox. And when I bought, because I bought it digitally, when I began to download it, it just randomly showed up on Ryan's machine. So that was strange.
So I somehow have like the.
So you're welcome.
Yeah, I got it free. I don't know what I did. I somehow have.
I think you owe me something.
I have the permission.
Slurpee, maybe.
Sure. I should have bought you lunch today.
God damn it!
I would have done it. Yeah, I somehow have the permission to play the game, even though no accounts on my box currently own it.
I thought it would have. Well, I don't know if it recognized that or
unless your account. I don't know. Your account is still somehow tied to my Xbox, which is right in this box over here. The camera can see my Xbox So yeah, we're gonna stream some games later on. I don't know what we're gonna do yet, but that's why I brought my Xbox. Yeah, we have a couple choices.
God, I really wish the Master Chief Collection was out. That'd be so perfect.
We would just be playing Halo 2 right now.
I would.
I don't even know if we could record a podcast while we play Halo 2. That might be the only way I'd do it.
No.
But
yeah. So Shadow, it's good. It's a solid game. It's well made. It's fun. I've enjoyed the combat.
Yeah.
I think it reminds me a lot of like the Arkham games as far as the countering system and just the close quarter combat with the group of guys around you. It's very seamless in that you can counter and the executions are completely brutal but awesomely beautiful.
Heads off in slow-mo and all 300 style, and
it's really cool. I mean, it's visually an awesome game. It's like a mix between Assassin's Creed, Arkham Asylum, and if they did Rise well. Like if you married all those together,
poor Rise,
you get Shadow Mordor.
Yeah, in
my mind, and it's really solid. It's just it kind of got stale for me a bit.
How's the
story wise?
How's the Nemesis? It's Nemesis. Is that what it's called? What's the system of orcs like can rank up if they kill you and they remember you and
yeah. I've only died like once to one of those low level guys, but when they do kill you, I don't know the name of it. When they do kill you, they become like there's like in your start menu, you can see the actual hit like the army, and you can see like there's the war chiefs, and then there's the general whatever, and then there's like different tiers of
there's like a whole
leader.
flow chart of like.
And when you kill someone, you see, and it almost looks like a game board or something, like a chessboard or something, like that orc will go down and you'll see him fall, and then you'll see someone take his place in line, and there's even like altercations between the orc generals, chief, whatever you want to call them, where they'll fight each other, and then you don't even have to really do anything. They'll battle, and then one will take out another and take his place. And so it really is like in a way, it's like a live world, because it's not necessarily just based on your actions, but it's based on the actions of the computer as far as how the army is laid out. So, and from what I've heard, it's kind of randomized. It's not, it's not rendered. It's not like, predetermined. So
it's just dynamic.
Yeah. It's kind of cool in that way, I would say. And like you said, like if a low level orc, like a regular orc, somehow managed to kill me, funny. No, it actually did happen once or twice. Then they do become like first in line. So they become like, I don't know what you call them, generals or something.
Yeah, they rank up.
Mm-hmm. And they celebrate, and they get little, like, their armor gets more intense, and they get buffer, and
sweet.
They have a good orc day.
This was a great orc day.
Yeah. So it's cool. I enjoy it, but
yeah, I want to get back to it at some point.
Took a backseat
to
Sunset Overdrive, which
we've both been playing.
I really enjoy this game.
We're about at the same spot too.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I enjoy how stylistic it is. I enjoy the humor in it. I enjoy the punk feel, the music, just the ridiculousness of it. I enjoy that it's like, it reminds me a lot. Again, I like merged games together. It's like Crackdown meets Tony Hawk in my mind.
Totally.
And that's kind of awesome.
Have you been playing the Saints Row games, the last couple?
I've played. I haven't beaten any of them, but I've at least giving them a try just to kind of play around with them a bit.
It definitely has that feel.
It does look like it reminds me of Saints Row.
I was really concerned because I played. Did you play 4 at all? I played a little bit maybe.
Is that the superhero
one?
Yeah, I did.
So in Saints Row 4, like basically you're a superhero and you can kind of fly throughout the city wherever you want.
Yeah.
And you never get in a car and you never, and like when I heard about this, I'm like, oh well, and I got to jump everywhere. That's kind of stupid. And then, but now I'm like, oh man, I get to jump and grind. And
I know.
Like
it's like the journey is more fun than the mission itself. Like getting there.
I don't know who would ever. There's fast travel in the game, but I don't know who would ever use it.
I have never used it and never will. It's
fun
so
to
cool
get,
to get around.
Yeah, or to even like keep comboing and get like a 60 or 70 times
Yeah.
combo by the time you get to the other mission,
and you get.
Oh, it's so cool.
I think a cool aspect of it too is when like you keep up your jumps and you're grinding and that sort of thing. You there's like a in the corner, there's like a quick level up system that gives you different perks based on your combo that you have going, and like pretty much how cool you are getting around town. You get these different perks in battle, and it really encourages you to not just like stand and shoot, but to really like keep moving and shooting and that sort of thing.
I think if you stood and shot, I think you just pretty much die. Like I don't. You
can
kind of get away with
guns
some
that
melee
you can
stuff that you can kind of stay still and whatever. But yeah, a majority of the time is you're in the air, you're grinding on stuff, you're bouncing on stuff.
Ooh, almost knocked down.
You're slamming, with melee.
Yeah.
No, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think too an aspect of the grinding and everything that they've kind of embedded in the game is the fact that like if you are on your feet just walking, there's no real run feature. Like you're relatively slow moving.
Yeah.
But when you're grinding and bouncing off of things and doing that sort of thing, you're moving so quick and it's a load of fun. It turns the whole city into your playground. And
totally.
It's so great. I don't know. I've really enjoyed it. And the weapons are ridiculous. Like there's teddy bear TNT guns and
TNT.
And there's bowling ball shooters and there's
I'm trying to think of other crazy ones. There's that crazy harpoon one.
There's one where you just shoot vinyl records.
Sure. There's the one where you shoot fireworks everywhere.
Yeah, I don't have that one yet.
I have that one. It's really good.
Yeah.
There's different elements too, like the zombie kind of OD guys is what they're called because they drink too much overcharge energy drink and they turn into zombies. But if you shoot them with like a fire gun, they'll actually catch on fire. Where the robots, obviously, they're made out of metal. They're not organic. They won't catch on fire. So different guns work better on different enemies and stuff like that.
Yep. It's good to have a good balance of knowing what guns are going to work for each enemy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally agree.
Yeah. It's I really love the traversal in the game. I think it's probably the biggest thing for it. It seems like I looked the other day because I felt like I was pretty far in the game, even though I've only played like 5 or 6 hours. So I just looked up on GameFAQs like how far I am. And I think you and me we're pretty much close to the end. There's only like 33 main missions or so in the game.
I don't want
34. And we're both on like 26-ish at this point. So it's going to probably end in pretty soon, which is only like a, 6-7 hour long. I've just been playing the main missions. I haven't touched any of the side missions yet, but it's not super long game, which I'm okay with now that I'm a old man dad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would play more, and then, that's what the side missions are there for. You can kind of explore and do all those. I think some other open world games are better at encouraging you to play those.
This
other
one,
side missions, where this one allows you to kind of just mainline the whole thing without really being punished or anything like that.
Gives you like one checkpoint after another of where you're supposed to go.
And you just kind of can go through it and be done with it pretty quick. They did announce some DLC yet. I don't know what that is exactly. There's also a multiplayer element to the game that I haven't even touched.
There's an online too that I haven't played with at all.
Yeah, so I guess if the main story is only 7 hours long or so, there's definitely other stuff to explore and do in the game. There's definitely a bunch of other weapons that I haven't unlocked and things like that.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big fan of there's kind of like the tower defense kind of missions.
Like that.
No, I don't really like that. Where you can like set up traps
Mm-hmm.
and kind of jump around. And you're in like a limited area, trying to like fight a flood of dudes for 2 or 3 minutes at a time. I'm not really a big fan of those, and maybe it's just because I'm not very good at them.
I'm having fun with them.
Are you having fun with them?
I've failed once so far.
I failed every time, and then I have to redo it. And I think
I like thinking about where I gotta put the traps, and thinking about where they're gonna come in, and thinking about what guns I'm gonna use in this situation.
I guess I'm just not thinking about it that much. I'm just kind of, oh well, this is by the thing I have to defend, so I'll put a trap here and a trap here.
Well, yeah, and I think you can play it that way and still win, but I don't know. I do like that is part of the fun of the game, and we kind of already talked about that, is finding what works best in what situations.
Yeah.
So, like knowing, like just an example, I did one right before we started setting everything up, and there was a big entrance, like a big entranceway that I could tell there were going to be a lot of guys at this fence, because there's obviously there's fences around, but once they break down your defenses, then they're in. And you got to figure out, oh shit, you got to stop them somehow again. But I saw that there was this huge opening, so obviously a ton of guys are going to be coming in, and one of your traps is like a freeze trap. So I thought, hey, if I could somehow bunch them together but slow them down, and that'll give me time to take care of everything else, and then by the time I get there, I can shoot my TN Teddies in there and just be done with them. And it worked. Like it worked really well. So I think the strategy part of it, it's not one of those games where you really have to, you don't have to think too much into what you're doing, because it is kind of forgiving to what you're doing. But like that was very satisfying to me, like knowing that little strategy I came up with worked so well. So I am having fun with those things. The
little, I don't know what
tower
they're called.
defense, real time strategy kind of.
You're just defending an area.
It's like the complete opposite. I can remember me hating, like I love the death out of Brutal Legend, but basically
those, all of Brutal Legend, like the main gameplay element of Brutal Legend.
The
RTS kind of.
I hated those sections. That ruined the game for me. Like I didn't think they did it well. I thought it was sloppy and not fun. But this is such a fluid game that the emphasis is always on movement and your combat and keeping things going. I think that you can like improvise and not necessarily need to strategize all the time about what you're doing and still be successful. So even if your strategy doesn't work, you can still pass the mission. So I don't know. So I'm having more fun with those than I thought I would have going into it. Because that first setup, I'm like, oh shit, here's a real, here's a strategy, and it's gonna be frustrating. I'm gonna fail over and over, and I'm gonna hate this. But I passed it, and I passed the next one, and I failed like once, and it was just, I got, obviously a swarm of them caught in, and all hell broke loose, and I was probably running out of ammo. And you're trying to scramble to find ammo somewhere, and you can't find it, so I just lost. But, I don't know. I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it a lot more than I thought I would too. Yeah, I really like the Saints Row games, and I think this kind of digs into that. It just seems like a really high budget kind of Saints Row game with a completely different traversal element that I have been really enjoying. So it's interesting because we're a year after release of next gen, current gen, whatever you want to call it. In this time last gen, we had games like Gears of War coming out at this time for Xbox. So I don't know. Do you think Microsoft is positioning this game as high of a priority as a Gears of War? Do you think it's at that level?
I don't know. I guess we'll see this. It's sold really well, right? I mean, wasn't it second to FIFA? There, I'm hearing like off the gate.
Oh, I don't know. That could be interesting. It's only been a week,
right?
Maybe that's like Europe numbers. I think Europe.
Maybe that's what I read.
I mean, I think with FIFA especially.
Yeah. FIFA.
Yeah. But yeah, Europe I think does their numbers by weeks. So yeah, and it kind of seems like a
Okay.
Europe style.
That is
game.
what I read. It was Europe. You're right.
But yeah, no, I could definitely see that happening. I think it helps too with the bundles, and Microsoft announced another price cut just for the holidays, another $50 off all their bundles. So
grab your box. It's time.
$350 if you can find a Sunset Overdrive bundle right now.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I would totally do that.
I think that's totally worth it.
Are they doing a Master Chief bundle?
They're not. There's one.
That seems a little odd.
There's one in like Brazil or Europe that they were rumoring.
That seems a little odd to me.
But yeah, there's
since they're bundling like everything now.
Well, I would also, I think this is a good way to position Sunset Overdrive as a new IP.
Yeah,
is kind of bundle it with a.
But they have a Call of Duty one, so.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's their new like white crazy bundle with like a new white Xbox on it. So I guess if they were gonna like try to focus on a new IP, that's the only new IP that Microsoft is releasing this year. So if they're gonna like try to really push anything, I suppose it would be that. I guess I feel like that they don't really need Master Chief as much as.
I wonder if this is going to be standalone
bundled.
or if there's going to be sequels. Do you think there's going to be sequels to this?
To Sunset?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if it's selling this well, I think so. I'd like to see more Sunset.
Okay.
I'd play Sunset 2 in whatever 2 or 3 years probably. Definitely I'd be up for more.
I like it.
It'd be interesting to see them, especially now that they're going to do Crackdown next year or the year after. Are they going to like alternate between these open world third person shooters games? Yeah. So it'll be interesting to kind of see now that they have 2 games that are similar in their library catalog or whatever.
Similar veins for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I now want to play more.
Yeah, we should. We should. Anyone listening to the audio, Cole just grabbed his Xbox and is starting thinking about playing. We should see what that co-op is about after this, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's fine.
I saw it in there, and I didn't jump in it just because I just want to play single player. But yeah, it's really that, or I don't know. I haven't really been playing anything else multiplayer.
Why can't it be Tuesday, Ryan? We can play playing some Halo 2.
I played Dive Kick, came out on Xbox One, so I downloaded that. It's Dive Kick Edition Plus.
Oh boy.
It's got, speaking of Saints Row, it's got Johnny Gat in it from Saints Row. So that's the only really like multiplayer game I've been playing other than like shooters and stuff. Stuff that we knew that we haven't touched yet on a stream anywhere. We streamed Dive Kick at one point, but not the newest edition. I played a little bit of Killer Instinct. The second season started. I played a little bit of that. I haven't really touched any of the new characters or dug into that yet. So that's something I'll probably be doing at some point. I still want a stick, but arcade sticks are expensive.
You just do this.
I could just do that if I
grab
wanted
it
to.
and
Yeah, lay it down
like this.
and I could tap on the buttons then.
Yeah, that's a stick.
There you go. That's about the same. Man, I can't justify spending $200 or so on a new.
You have a baby.
New arcade stick. I already have a $150 or so stick that's been modded for another. I don't know. It's probably at least got $250 worth of just stuff put into it.
Maybe Jackson give you a stick for Christmas.
Yeah, maybe he could get me a stick for Christmas.
I gave you life. Give me a stick.
And it especially stings when, like there's sticks coming out right now that are both PS3 and PS4 compatible. There was also a thing that came out the other day. There's a fighting game called Skullgirls that's coming out on PS4.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
And the developers of that worked with some people and made some drivers for that game that'll work. The PS3 sticks will just work on your PlayStation 4.
That's nice.
It's game specific, but I mean, other fighting game people like Capcom or whatever, SNK or whatever could also use those drivers and put them in their game. And then I do have a PS3 stick, so it definitely emphasizes the possibility of a PS4 in my future, I suppose. If I was going to spend $200 on a
stick,
Xbox stick, I might as well just get
more.
Spend another $200 on a whole new system and not get the stick, since I already have one that works with it. I guess I just need more money. I don't know.
If you guys want to help us out,
If you guys want to just give me money.
we could like play games and like stream stuff. And so if you want to send us money, you can send it right to Ryan's house.
Yeah. Sure.
I won't give your address.
I'm not giving my address on the internet.
Just look up Ryan's house
and
then
it'll be there. Just write it. Just write a check to Ryan's house and put it in a mailbox, and it'll work.
Send it to
It'll
Santa.
show up.
It'll make it to Santa too.
It'll make it to Santa. Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So that's really, I mean, it's kind of it for me as far as what I've been playing. We each got our spiffy big ass iPhones, but we really haven't been playing anything new on those.
Yeah, I know. I'm monitoring the GoPro. If you've been watching me in the video, like looking down to my right or looking down at this, it's not because I'm just like looking away from Cole all the time. It's because I'm making sure everything.
He doesn't like me.
Everything is still working. Also, there's a monitor down
He
here.
like feels awkward sometimes.
So I'm
like awkward
I've
Rob
been
Lowe.
like looking away. Yeah, awkward Rob Lowe in those Dish Network commercials is funny. He's a weird little dude.
Creepy Rob Lowe.
I bet he had a lot of fun doing that. Yeah.
My cable's out. Some at the
rec center.
At the rec center, watch people swim.
I think he says watching folks swim.
Oh, watching folks swim,
which is even like creepier to say. Yeah, I don't know. I got
super creepy Rob Lowe.
We got those. Yeah, iPhone
like
6
strangers'
Pluses.
hairs.
Every other phone I touch now feels extremely small.
Yeah.
Even my old iPhone 5 is just a baby
It's a
phone.
little baby phone.
I can hold it in one hand, which now feels
Have you
really
dropped yours
stupid.
yet?
I've not.
You haven't dropped it.
No, it's in my lap.
Balancing
It's
on your
balancing
knee
on
right
my
now.
knee right now. I'm look at,
Like the slightest gust.
if the dog came and jumped
If
on me
Zucchini
right now,
just barked randomly
It might
and
fall
scared
over.
you, it would fall over.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
No bending yet?
Nope.
Any bending?
No
Is it straight as an arrow?
That's pretty good.
You've been having it in your pocket?
It's been in my pocket.
I will admit there are times where I'll just like pick it up and glance at it.
Just to make sure.
Still straight.
Still not
I think
bad.
we're okay.
It does. It honestly feels really bendable.
It's it's super thin. It's
when
made of aluminum.
Yeah, when
I mean,
it's out of the case, it feels like
no shit. It's gonna bend if you have it in skinny jeans or if you're like literally like tugging on it.
yeah,
I mean,
if you try to,
what do people think it's made out of? Like,
hey, guess what? If we went over there and tried to bend your TV, I
Yeah.
guess it would probably
Yeah.
break.
I demand you make it thinner, lighter, but not bend.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna do what it's gonna do. I mean,
Totally.
Apple can't defy science. They could try. They've done a pretty good job.
Yeah, I haven't really been playing anything on it.
How about Limbo? I wanted to
how's
see.
Limbo?
Limbo looks cool on it. It was like $2.
You know what another game is that I played that I downloaded and was too small on my iPhone 5 that might work on this is Bastion. There's an iOS version of Bastion that actually controlled all right.
Okay.
That might be something worth checking out.
I'm really into just like because I'm a sleepy man when I get up from work and I don't have a TV in my bedroom, but I can watch
Neither do
TV on my Wi-Fi network. So I'll just curl up in bed and put my TV on this, and it's sufficiently big enough. And obviously, I'm a little disappointed in the sound. The speaker on this kind of sucks in my opinion. But
yeah, it does suck.
But other than that, I mean visually it's an awesome phone and it's fun, and obviously we know the OS. We're used to it, and play all of our little favorite games on it.
Yeah, I really haven't been playing anything new. I played some Desert Golf. Have you played Desert Golf yet?
I have not tried Desert Golf.
It's
I have something in my eye.
it's an event. It's I don't know how to you just golf in the desert, and there's a whole bunch of holes, and it doesn't really matter the score, and you just play and play and play.
It's like everyone wins golf.
It's like never ending golf. I'm on like hole 600 and something right now. You just play desert golf forever. It's really, really kind of weird, but it's fun. It's really satisfying. It's, it takes out it's super minimalistic. So it takes out like all the, kind of weirdness that Angry Birds has in it of like, hey, it's a bird and you're attacking these pigs. And no. It's literally just, there's a bunch of hills and you have a ball that you can kind of shoot over and try to get it into a hole. And that's like the whole game.
It's like
So it's really satisfying when you like can figure out like what you're supposed to do and just get a hole in one right away. But there's also definitely holes where it's like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then 18 strokes later, figure it out.
let's look it up. How much?
I don't remember.
It's
$2. I don't know.
See, the
$1.
problem is, Ryan, I don't like spending money. So,
But it's a fucking $1 or $2 or whatever.
we've talked about this before, but that $1 is more on the App Store than it is in real life.
But that's the problem why we don't have good games anymore.
It's my fault. There is Desert Golf. It's right under Despicable Me.
Fucking Christ.
Yep.
But like we were talking about this during lunch today, is that there's no
Looks very. Oh.
There's no good standalone games. No one's making like good standalone $2 games for iPhone anymore. Everything has like free to play hooks in it and is way deeper than you want it to be. And I mean, it's just not like it was back in whatever 2009, 2008 when people were actually like making cool little interesting stuff. I feel like a lot of that stuff has gone on to Steam or, something like that.
Clash of Clans isn't cool, Ryan.
It's just not, I'm just not interested in it.
I know. I'm just kidding.
It's just way deeper than I want it to be. I want something to like pick up and play for like 5 minutes and then be done with it.
Have you tried Daddy Longlegs?
I don't know what that is. What's that?
It's like QWOP, kind of.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, you tap. Oh, we're moving. We fell.
Oh, shit.
We fell.
I saw.
This does not make for a good audio podcast.
No, it doesn't.
Check out Daddy Longlegs.
That's a good one. I like that. It's a good noise. No, it's good. But yeah, there's no like. I was a big fan of Jetpack Joyride, like we've said on this.
You could play Jetpack Joyride again.
It's still on my phone.
It's on mine too.
Good. Yeah, you could play it. It looks all sweet, high res and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's no game.
You got like 1080s going on now.
There's no games.
A lot of P's.
There's no games like that anymore. And that actually turned free to play at one point too, and did that whole thing. But yeah, I don't know.
I'm being denied puppy cuddles. How do we feel?
Well, it's kind of a short show. We've been gone a month, and we're not even gonna hit an hour.
What are we at right now?
I don't know, because we always record longer than
Do you have any codes to give away?
I probably don't. I do at home, but I don't have any on me.
This is your fault, viewers.
I don't know how it's your fault, but it is. Cole has put the blame on you somehow. I don't know why.
It's your fault that we have to work and not be able to do this and not play games all day. It's all your fault.
Yeah, I don't. What the fuck else has been going? I just, I played.
It's okay to end it. We can end it.
I played too much Destiny. That was
Okay.
I'm at like 70 hours of Destiny. I have like a child, a newborn child.
I'm disappointed.
I started a new job, and I've somehow managed to find 70 hours of my life in the past month and a half to play Destiny. That doesn't make any sense. That shouldn't be. I guess it's been 2 months, but still.
Father of the year.
What did I do? How did I do this?
You're a good daddy.
I don't know. I'm okay.
He's alive.
He's not dead yet.
He looked happy. He was smiling
we
at
have
me
fun.
today.
We have fun.
Yeah.
He likes to watch football on Sundays, so that's a plus.
So does Uncle Cole.
I think he just likes the big
Tomorrow, big Bears Packers.
Oh, Jesus.
Go Pack go.
It's gonna be a game.
This flag is not a representation of myself, by the way. I don't know. This is my girlfriend's.
Speaking about the Cubs flag behind him.
Yes. Sorry. Cubs flag. Boo. Joe Madden. Ryan, are you excited? You have any idea what's going on?
Oh, no.
They have a new manager.
Joe Madden. The Cubs?
Cubs, new manager. He was with the Tampa Bay Rays. He's
Why isn't it
two-time manager of the year.
Why isn't it John Madden?
Because he's a hologram somewhere.
Well, that's cool. Good for them.
John Madden's one of those people that I just expect to get on my social feed and see he's dead.
He's dead.
One of these days.
Any of these days.
Any day now. I'm calling it. John Madden, you're dying this week. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want that at all.
That's not good at all.
I love John Madden. I love his football games.
They'd still call him Madden, right? Afterwards. I mean, they still call Tom Clancy games.
Yeah.
They just own that whatever IP or whatever it is.
I want to get NHL as well. I know it's watered down. I know a lot of the modes are gone, but I want to. I love NHL games, and I want to play it, and I want to get it.
It's just because the announcers.
Eddie Olczyk, Doc Everett, yes, they're great. No, the gameplay's still there, I heard.
Oh,
and I just I like playing franchise mode, and I know people are upset because there's no like single mode and there's no like team online play, and there's just a lot of the stuff has been taken out, and that is shitty. Don't get me wrong, that is shitty, but it doesn't keep me from wanting to play new gen hockey. Like I think I will get that, but it's just there's other good single player experiences to go by right now.
So many games out, man.
That would be a good one for us to stream, but I'm not buying that today.
So many games.
So don't get.
I know we missed our holiday. We missed our Halloween stream. We did one last year. We did a spooky one last year where Burkholtz and Andrew played with
Zombies Ate My Neighbors.
Yeah,
right?
with hockey masks, and then we transitioned into NHL.
I can't believe that was a year ago.
That was a year ago.
Can't believe that.
God damn it.
Time flies.
I really wanted to play Castlevania.
That's probably
Halloween.
That's probably like our last episode. It's probably been like a year.
Last year.
Yeah. Let's end this. I think we're good.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Sorry.
What?
Sorry.
Don't be sorry. It was good. It doesn't have to be long.
No, it doesn't have to be long. It was insightful and fun, and I don't have anything else to say.
Go play Sunset Overdrive. Do yourself a favor. It's great.
Don't play Destiny.
Don't play Destiny. It's a waste of time.
Set yourself
waste of money. Bungie lied to all of us. They tricked us all. It was gonna be great. I bought it. I was super excited. I'm like, this is not special. I'm sorry. It's a good game, but it's not anything special.
But the weird thing is, I think right now that's my game of the year still.
Wow.
I don't know why. I don't know.
Perfect.
I don't know why.
Well, we'll have that conversation later. So thank you all for listening. You can find us. Again, we kind of plugged it earlier, but YouTube, Few Bits Podcast, youtube.com/fewbitspodcast.
Yep.
Twitter is a Few Bits. Facebook, a Few Bits. Twitch.tv/a few bits is a podcast.
No, we have just a few bits.
Twitch.tv/a few bits. So we're actually probably going to be streaming here in a little bit.
Something. I don't know what.
Yeah, so hopefully you tuned in or caught the archive at least that Ryan's going to be probably posting to our YouTube account. And we will we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Have a good evening.
Sure.
If I don't see you, have a good morning. I can't. It was the Truman Show thing.
I'm just going to cut all that out at the end.
Good.